guys. Welcome to Tutor Sisters channel. Please subscribe to our channel to help us grow.
For this video, we have chosen the topic on the eve of its execution by Chidiock Tichborne. We will be talking about literal comprehension, interpretation, critical thinking, and assimilation of the poem. Before getting into four levels, let's talk about the poet. Chidiock Tichborne was born in Southampton, England to Roman Catholic parents in 1558. He was referred as Charles, and he was an English conspirator and poet. He was sentenced to death at an early age of 28 years in 1586 because he was one of the conspirators who involved in planning a murder plot against the Queen Elizabeth I. So the poem is an elegy he wrote just before his death. Moving on to the literal comprehension, the most significant part of the speaker's life turns into failure. Nobody cares for him, and his happiest moments of celebrations turn into events of despair. His most productive and energetic span of life turns into a series of unwanted events. His life is on the verge of ending, but nothing worthwhile has been seen or resulted. His story is heard by everyone, and yet no one speaks on behalf of him. He has seen the world, but there are so many things he wants to accomplish and exhibit to the world. His course of life is going to be cut off by fate, but he is still very young. He knows that the death was accompanying him from his mother's womb. He never really enjoyed life because all he has done is he has remained hidden from the world his entire life. He knows that the same earth he walks on is soon going to be his grave. He realizes that he is about to become past because his time is running out. He is alive now, but he'll be dead only in a moment. Moving on to interpretation. The poem is a soliloquy poem which is the poet's elegy for himself. In each stanza, the speaker explains his absurd and painful period of life. Each stanza contrasts different aspects of his life with his distress at present. The poem seems to be trying to tell us that life is momentary and we should cherish every moment before fate decides to snatch it away. The poem can also be meant that we should always be heedful while committing any action because it might pave the path of our own destruction. It also conveys the message that our wrong deeds are always punished. Moreover, it also hints at the bitter reality of the society where people are tormented because of prejudice and bigotry. It also exhibits the flood of thoughts that go through a person's mind when she or he knows that the death is approaching him or her. Critical thinking. The poet has searched high heaven to make his elegy artistic and praiseworthy. He has used ample metaphors to contrast different aspects of his life with his present situation. The main theme of the poem, that life is momentary and we should make the best use of it, is unarguable. However, there are certain details that I would like to call into question. The speaker has participated in an unpardonable crime. He has participated in planning the assassination of Queen, which deserves no pardon. After executing a task so ruthless, how can he expect sympathy? Shouldn't he be aware of the consequences followed by the crime? Moreover, the poem is written by poet to his wife, but in the entire poem, he only talks about his individual life. He doesn't mention family, friends, or any of his social life. Doesn't this make him a narcissist and self-centered person? Despite all these contradictions, I agree with the fact that the poem is an exquisite piece of art with true emotions expressed in rhyming literary words. And the conclusion part is assimilation. After going through the poem, I came to realize that we as a mortal beings should always be careful of our actions. We should always utilize life for a better purpose and should not act out in rage and anger. Moreover, it also endowed me with the knowledge that tyranny and aristocracy never lead to peace. They always disturb the existing tranquility. Sooner or later, the criminals will be punished. Also, life is to be loved and good deeds are to be followed. The poem took me back to the time when I watched a movie named Miracle in Cell Number 7. In the movie, a mentally ill guy is unfairly sentenced to death. Every time a person in charge comes to visit him to remind about his approaching death sentence, he remembers his daughter with a heavy heart. The movie shows how painful it is for a man to realize he's yearning to leave life, but fate has already decided the end. He remembers the most beautiful moments, the mistakes, and the relationships of his life in the very moment. He can neither accept the fact that his life has come to an end, nor ignore the pain to accept the inevitable. Thank you.
If you liked this video, please share it with your friends. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.